In May every year, what is said to be Japan's most difficult test is held in Kyoto. It is the 8th grade or Hachidan qualifying exam for the sport of Japanese fencing known as Kendo. As his ability advances through practice, a Kendoist ascends along the grades of Dan. Although the ultimate grade is the 10th, Hachidan is the highest level to be granted through a performance test. The examination is held twice a year, in May in Kyoto and in November in Tokyo. The test is justifiably billed as the nation's hardest examination because of its extremely low pass rate. The state examination to become a lawyer, undoubtedly one of the hardest in Japan, has a pass rate of only 3%, while that of the Hachidan test often results in less than 1%. Still, from all over the country, 721 aspirants have come to try to pass through the narrowest eye of any needle in Japan. More than 2 million people practice Kendo in Japan. The number of Kendoists who have been awarded this certificate total a mere 400 since World War II. The Hachidan is virtually the highest level possible through perpetual training, and only 1 in 5,000 Kendoists actually achieve it. The test itself lasts a long time, starting at 9 o'clock in the morning and finishing at 9 in the evening. To pass the examination, candidates must make it through 2 extremely uncompromising rounds of screening, which consist of 4 bouts, as well as a judging of their Kendo technique and a written test. There are also strict prerequisites demanded of applicants. The applicant must be at least 46 years old, with a minimum of 8 years' experience in the 7th grade. The idea behind the prerequisites is that the 8th Dan is only attainable if the Kendoist has matured as a person. Among those gathered here is one competitor who has won Kendo's highest title, the All-Japan Championship. Kenichi Ishida is 48 years old. Even this former champion has been unsuccessful in his 4 attempts to reach Hachidan. He's back for his 5th challenge. Now begins the first screening to test candidates' skills. Every year, 90% of candidates are eliminated at this stage. Each Kendoist fights 2 two-minute bouts in front of a panel of judges. The applicant must convince the judges that he deserves a qualifying grade in the bouts, which last only 120 seconds each. There are 7 judges in each match area in the first screening. All the judges are Kendoists of substantial competence and experience, who have been qualified as Hachidan for at least 15 years. To pass the first screening, the candidate must win 5 votes from the 7 judges. The judging criteria are not based on who wins or who loses each bout. Rather, the judges scrutinize the candidate's mental and technical capacity, determining whether the candidate has attained an unshakable character and if the spirit of his attack is genuine. No accidental point scoring is considered in the judgment. To prepare himself for the test, Ishida has been conducting a lone morning practice session. Every morning, he gets up at 4:30 and takes the first train to work.
右から東京の氏家道夫6段、左から大阪府警の石田健一電子6段の対戦です。
なかなか2人とも技術を持っている方ですから、おそらくいい試合になるんじゃないかと思いますけども。
When he was still actively competing, Ishida was renowned for his agile footwork and flexibility, which enabled him to deliver a stroke regardless of the posture he happened to be in. At the age of 33, he crushed all opposition in the All Japan Championship with physical strength, speed, and winning instinct.
白旗2本、小手が上がり、いや、面が入りました。石田選手の2本勝ちです。あれだけ攻勢攻勢に氏家に攻めさせておいて、決めましたね。
As a competitor, he had developed an instinct to win at Kendo. This, he now thinks, is a barrier hindering his success in the Hachidan test. After finishing school, Ishida joined the Osaka police and played Kendo competitively while belonging to the police riot squad. He's now a Kendo instructor at the police academy. By striking this dummy, he wants to rid himself of artful techniques so as to deliver only purposeful blows. When he had been competing, Ishida's top priority was to reach his opponent's forearm or head a fraction of a second before they attacked him. In the Hachidan test, however, the judges will not acknowledge a blow unless the Kendoist throws the opponent's composure and delivers a positive strike. Ishida's daily routine is to train the competitive Kendoists in the Osaka police force, including some All-Japan champions. His students led the Japanese national team to victory this year at the World Championship. With a height of only 171 centimeters, Ishida's build is of no particular physical advantage as an athlete. Still, he is never outdone by his trainees, many of whom exceed 180 centimeters and are in their 20s and 30s. In Kendo, one's insight into an opponent's next move is a crucial factor. For this reason, Kendo is often described as a sport in which experience is more valuable than youth. As well as practicing his cutting blows against these young competitive players, Ishida receives instruction from some Hachidan Kendoists.